But when Bob and I were doing the research about how much electricity was generated by a bolt of lightning, we talked to a physicist or an electrical engineer, I forget who it was, and he pronounced it that way. So, and we'd never heard the term before. You know, we didn't have computers with megabytes or kilobytes, much less gigabytes. So he said he pronounced it gigawatt, and we thought that you spelled it J-I-G-O-W-A-T-T, and that's what we wrote.
Okay.
It's a billion watts.
There we go. All right. What were your funniest experiences on the set? Let's start with Claudia.
I don't know how funny it was, but when we were doing the scene, do you remember, Chris, when we were doing the scene and the glasses went up and we had to stop for like half a day or 3/4 of a day because of the makeup just from that one thing with the glasses? It wasn't so funny. I enjoyed the whole time I was there. Do you know, I mean, Michael has such a great sense of humor, and he's such a positive, open, caring, fun guy to just hang out with. Everyone was like that. So the whole experience for me was really enjoyable and fun and exciting and an honor, you know.
Harry, how about you? I mean, were you on set at all? While
occasionally, and the one time that I can think of when I was on the set, I think it was recorded on film as well. We were standing there just watching them film something, Michael J. Fox on the back lot, and they were filming and looking down one of the lanes into the next thing, and he's delivering his line. All of a sudden, the goddamn Universal tram goes right through the background of the shot, and Michael turns around, what's that doing over there? Isn't it funny?
We would have the tram, the Universal tour is such a big moneymaker that they don't stop that tour for anybody. You stop your shooting for the tour. They don't stop the tour for your shooting. So it got to the point where we had so many trams when we were working on the back lot that one day, and they see Michael J. Fox, and they were going crazy. So Michael came to the set one day with a camera, and when the tram came by and everybody started taking his picture, he ran over with his camera, and he started taking the pictures of all the tourists on the tram.
So, Chris, what was your funniest or favorite moment on the set?
I'm sitting here, knew this was going to come to me eventually. I don't know.
We'll come back to you. Yeah. Tom, how about you?
I cracked up when Eric Stoltz got fired. Oh, what? No, I'm nervous laughter. Nervous. It was just nervous laughter. It was not like a happy laughing thing. It was just like, oh, it wasn't me. Oh. Wow, I'm sorry.
That was you.
I think I'm sterile now. I'm not sure, but that was loud. No, just hanging out with this guy. Oh, laughs. It was a lot of fun on the set, but I think, you know, it was a very professional set because most of us were young people. We were really, you know, I was just trying my best to be good, you know, and just, oh God, I hope I'm okay in this thing, you know. So some days, you know, you're hanging on for dear life because you're a kid going up to Bob or Bob's a magazine going, was that any good or what? You know? So I was just, you know, we were working pretty hard.
Well, when they were hanging out together, Biff and the guys, they came up with, they're trying to get girls, and they told everybody that Billy Zane was actually Marlon Brando's illegitimate son, Billy Brando. And did it work?
I have no idea.
I remember the funniest, I don't know if you remember this, but the night we were shooting in age makeup with the cake, and Crispin was doing that.
Oh.
We could not, I remember it was like 30 takes. We just couldn't stop laughing because he was just so funny. He was so bizarre. It was just exceptional, and it was late at night, and we all had that age makeup on, which was so painful, and it went over like an hour because he was so funny and no one could stop laughing. That was my favorite day.
And the first day of rehearsal, when Crispin and I finally, we came to rehearse, so Crispin goes, well, would you like to improvise in character or something to understand the characters and stuff like that, So we start this improvisation, and I'm in character and he's in character, and it just starts to go. And Crispin, as we know, Crispin will not come out of the improvisation. He will not come out of character, no matter what. We improvised together for 6 hours. We got in his car, his old checker cab, driving around Hollywood. He would not get out of character. He was just being Crispin, and me being me, I thought, kid, you think you're gonna improvise longer than me? I'm gonna bury you. You're gonna beg me to stop now. We'll live together for the next 3 years, But after 6 hours, I said, dude, I'm done. I'm going home. So, yeah, cut. That's it. Goodbye.
I had to paint a volcano with him.
Oh, yeah.
That was the way we were going to prepare for a scene.
Yeah. Right.
Together we painted a volcano.
Yes, and we went to his apartment so he could show me his eyeball collection. He's kooky.
Well, as long as we're telling Crispin stories. Crispin, he had this battered convertible, and we were shooting down at Whittier High School, and it was pouring rain, and this was some, like I say, beat up used car. Well, the top wouldn't come up. So Crispin drove from Hollywood to Whittier in this pouring rain with the top down. And he shows up on the set, and he's drenched to the bone, and there's 6 inches of water in his car. I mean, what else can I say, right? You guys want to pass it?
Funny guy.
Chris, does this bring up any memories for you?
I just popped up. I remember the first time I went up on the clock tower and stood on the ledge. I approached the ledge, and eventually I ended up standing on the edge of that ledge. It was about 4 flights down, and I had a cable in the back of me, which didn't really make me feel much better. But I remember when I first went up there, I got that that terrible vertigo, and I later I went down. I kind of went up to Bob Zemeckis and just said, try to convince him that the scene would be just as effective if I crawled out on the ledge. And he just sort of shook his head and said, "No fucking way you're going to stand that way." That.
Well, we're on the home stretch for this evening, so I want to thank all of our guests for being here. And what's everybody up to now? Bob, what's your latest project?
My latest project is trying to get somebody to buy one of my scripts and let me make it.
If we have any producers or studio executives in the audience, you can get hold of Bob through me. I'll be more than happy to connect you. Chris, how about you? What are you up to?
Supposed to start up a new series starting in a month or so.
Yay!
Chris just finished a show in New Orleans. What was the title of that?
Flakes.
Tom?
No, I just have to take that in.
Yeah.
I'm looking into pro wrestling. I just finished a run of Paint Your Wagon at the Geffen Playhouse here in West LA, which did well. So now I'm auditioning. I was just on the show Rodney on ABC, so guest starring on TV shows. Working the paintings. If I could plug bigpopfun.com, look at the paintings. Working.
Repeat that website again.
Bigpopfun.com. So I'm painting quite a bit, and that's been interesting. Actually, I do a lot of voices on SpongeBob SquarePants, and I'm voices in the SpongeBob SquarePants movie. So it was fun because a lot of the artists there saw my paintings, and they say, you know, they have a gallery space at Nickelodeon World Headquarters for the artists who work animation at Nick. So I actually went through the entire process as an actor there, and I'm the first actor that's getting a solo exhibition of my paintings at Nick Studios. So that's fun.
Very cool.
Yeah, that's cool. So,
Leah, you're shooting a new TV movie now?
Yeah, I'm doing a series of TV movies for the Hallmark Channel called Jane Doe, and they're mystery series, and I'm a CIA soccer mom. So it's kind of fun, and I'm going to direct my first one. So wish me luck.
Yay! Harry?
I just finished the sequel to Sandlot at Christmas time, and it'll be out in April for Fox, and I'm available to do Leah's next TV movie.
Yay! Yay!
And Claudia, tell everybody about your wonderful store.
I have a store in Studio City called Armani Wells, and it's a high-end designer resale clothing store for men. There's nothing else like it anywhere in LA, where you can buy clothes that are either brand new at resale prices or pre-owned in perfect condition, current style. It's you can buy a Giorgio Armani suit that retails for $2,500 for $250 at my store. So it's in Studio City, Armani Wells, and it really is. It's a cool store, and I dress men there all day.